Well, folks, what did you do today? What did you do for the world today? We were together. We did good work, all of us together. What did we do? We went from SD card to DVD. 2 hours of video of the reunion in Pittsfield of the SHEILATEACHESSSSSHEILADVD, 1955 to 1962. And Wayne Collins said it meant so much to the people, and he could tell it by the things that they said to me. And he knows them by heart. So I will ask him to say them to you on video. Did that do it, 2 hours of video? No, that was just half of it. There was another 2 hours of video. Did we get them onto the internet? We did, both of them.
Hello there.
YouTube. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Movie?
I'm doing my Vespers, my evening prayers. How are you folks?
Good, how are you?
Did you have a good day?
Oh yeah.
Why did the prince bring his daddy to kindergarten?
Why?
The teacher said, bring a ruler to school.
Oh, that's a good one.
Take care, folks.
Have a great night.
You too, bye-bye.
Independence Day.
Yes.
And did you get that up there? I did. No, we did. All of us did. We all did it together. The YouTube, the Twitter, the Facebook. I have to go in, honey. There's bugs. I have to go.
Yes, it's flashing.
Okay, thank you.
See Sue and Guy playing baseball here?
Yeah. We are attending a 4th of July
Amen.
celebration, annual,
All right, hold your fire. Hold your fire, Guy.
put on by the Interfaith Group, Nassau Village. Thank you, boys.
Assume you'd like to sit in the shade, right?
I'm a shady character?
Yeah, you're a shady character, so you better sit in the shade.
Okay.
Is that Glendora Buell, star of screen and stage and child TV?
And recycle bins.
It certainly
No.
is.
Glendora, you look beautiful in your yellow ensemble.
How are you folks?
You didn't come for the dancing.
No,
That's my fault.
unfortunately there was a miscommunication. I would have liked to have got it.
Well, there's more to come, so.
Oh, good.
Is the band going to play again?
No, we're going to read the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, good.
Find
All
a
right.
shady seat.
All right.
If you need some more chairs, let me know.
Okay. There's, if you want to find a spot, if you want to sit at a table or in a chair?
At a table.
Okay, so how about, Dawn is sitting up there if you want to go,
Okay.
and I'll go get you a plate. Here, I'll take you over there. Here's Paul. Hi, Paul.
Where do you want me to sit?
Well, there's a table over here.
Can you show it to me?
Yeah, I'm going to bring you over there.
Okay.
Okay?
Here's my
Let's go to a table, Randy. I think we'll go to a table.
Glendora. You look good. You look good, honey.
Oh, golly, thank you.
Yeah. Can you find me a place to sit?
What?
Can you find me a table to sit at?
Yes. How about why don't you sit?
What if we put a chair at...
Actually, I'm going to move. This
Could
is
we
my
move
stuff.
this and put a chair
Yeah, this
at
is
the
all my
end?
stuff.
Let me get you a chair,
And I'm going to
Glendora.
move my
Jill's
stuff
going to move her stuff.
out of the way.
Put your bread on the table.
Oh, you will?
Yes, how's that?
And you keep good track of the knife, honey?
Oh, well, okay. I'll try.
Well, thank you.
And then I guess
Thank you, Sheila.
you're welcome.
Well, I
Can we just? I was just going to look for another chair for Glendora here, so she can sit at the end here.
Oh, thank you.
Here. I think that's okay. That's just from the tree because she has a wife. Can you want to pull in?
Friend.
I'm okay. You know, I'm fine. You know, I just was going to go get
dream?
my what?
What is your dream?
My dream? Just to know God. To live with God and to live every day as a prayer and see God everywhere, and there's no place where God is not. I want to get to that point and not get my ego in the way.
You just nod and say, okay.
I just consciously pulls off.
That's all right. Everyone's got their own views and their own opinions about stuff.
You don't have to go.
agree
You're
with it,
already
but you
here.
just have to be respectful about it.
And I know that you're working on that too.
Sure. Sure.
And we keep working on it until we die.
I think so.
And then after, we're just there.
And is that when we're sanctified? After we die?
We just, well, actually, how we are on this earth determines where we're going to go after.
What?
Yeah. I mean, how close to, you know.
Lisa, we're not going to...
So it really isn't about us. I mean, for me, I don't really care if I'm sanctified or not, in the sense that Allah is in charge and Allah will put me where I'm supposed to be according to how I give up myself and let Allah do the work through me. And so I don't want to be egoistic about where I go after. I don't care if I go to heaven or hell. I mean, in a sense I do, but I'm saying, you know, but it's like I just want to do anything that's pleasing to Allah or God or whatever you call it.
Would you say that the soul is the God inside of you?
Not only the soul, there's no place where God is not.
Yeah, that's right.
God makes up all the energy. God can destroy this or not. I mean, there can't. It's impossible for God to be nowhere. I mean, God has to be everywhere because that's the one energy of all.
That's right.
Yeah.
Would you say that God is a unified body? No parts, it's all unified?
It's even more than that. It's not created, so we can't even imagine. It's like the energy that can't be created or destroyed. That's God and more. And God talks to us through our heart. Our innermost soul is where we talk to, but we have to learn to listen and get our brain out of the way. So we have to have...
It's the ego we have to get out of the way.
Yes, and that's what the Sufism path is about, is getting the ego out of the way. Because God made everything, and He made us to make choices to choose God
Well, I would go
or not.
so far to say God is everything.
Yes.
There's nothing else but God.
Listen.
God is only, and I would go so far as to say God is continuous.
Yes, and there are many universes. I mean, it's infinite. You know. Oh, that's nice.
Everything here
thank you very
is
much.
vegan, Glendora.
Yeah, thank you
Lentils,
very much.
couscous with
You made
vegetables.
those, didn't you?
No, I made the couscous with different vegetables.
Oh, that's what I had.
And then
I didn't eat. I
some
didn't eat
coleslaw
my-
without mayonnaise.
Is
And
that lentils? Okay,
I think so.
That's what I ate.
How was it? Or maybe they're both couscous, but I'd say lentils in there.
I ate yours.
Was it good? Oh, good. I'm gonna
I
get some.
love the recipe.
Did you see the homemade bread, honey?
I just made it up. I just chopped
Oh, you made it up?
Yeah.
Never mind. But I've never seen like the couscous like that. Go
Yeah,
get
the
some.
couscous I got at Hannaford.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, they sometimes call it Israeli couscous.
I mean, I've never seen like the big.
Yeah, the big.
I want to try that
Yeah.
sometime. That is really wonderful. Anyway, I love it. It's very refreshing too. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some dessert. I totally forgot that I brought my own plates and I go and I use these. I'm gonna go get some watermelon or something. Oops. Do you need to be a little closer to the table?
No, that's fine, thank you.
I don't need to move your chair up.
Thank you for sacrificing your spot.
No, my spot is here. I didn't sacrifice
Oh,
it.
okay.
My box sacrificed it.
Glendora's in the house.
Yep, there she is. Everything she has there is
Good. Good to see you.
How are you doing?
Great. Great. Had a good time today.
And still going. And still going.
Still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to play in the band.
I didn't even see it going.
Are any animals present?
Are any animals? Well, Lisa got one of her dogs. And there's a couple of dogs here today, right? Yeah. How are you guys doing? You got Mr. Ding-a-lang.
And here's what. I was at my friend's aunt's house just the other day, and Miss Ray didn't care. That time I had got the Jolly Rancher Rainbow Ice Snow Cone.
They are familiar with them. I'm sorry, but that's
Are you all right?
This is sour. It's sour wow.
So just out of curiosity.
now they're getting bigger.
I was wondering if it was going to be half blue and half green.
Right.
But it wasn't. Where is this Patreon? There we go. That's a good choice.
People, when kids here and people here, they can talk what the adults, the children
Dr. Sanford.
inside are like, oh
Dr.
dear,
Sanford.
they hear it. Oh, let's just drive away.
Dr. Sanford.
But what the kids think, oh,
Can you
ice
balance that
cream.
on a tree somewhere?
On a tree? I am afraid to.
You're afraid to?
Yeah.
I think it'll be all right, huh? Put it right. Yeah. I think it'll be fine.
Are you running it, or is it just? Oh, okay. Yeah. What if somebody bumps into it, Glendora?
What is she doing?
I don't know.
You can strap it on the tree. You can like put it on one of the. You can like put it on.
Taking responsibility.
You can like strap it onto one of the branches, and then it would stay.
I don't think it has a strap.
It does. It does. That's what your hand goes on to. Right here.
Yeah. I don't know though, because the branches are so big.
Here, I have on my chicken pop. He doesn't want to get it sticky.
Yeah.
The lakes may be somebody's sky. So they believe that their sky
Don't forget it's there.
is that all they've ever been accustomed to.
Yeah, I don't know. You think it'll go?
They can.
I don't know if it'll go or not.
What's in the light?
Should I close it? Yeah, it won't fit. The tree's too fat.
It's all the trees. The parents here, the ice cream truck's on.
That's so sweet.
Well, that's nice, Thank you. Being quiet for so long, and just at the minute I take the picture, you walk in front of it. Okay, let's see if there are any in-calls. Any messages.
Messages. To listen to your messages, press 1. Personal option. To turn message waiting indicator on or off, message waiting indicator on. To turn message waiting indicator off, press 2.
Hi, this is Doug, calling you back. I'm sorry I missed your call. I apologize. By the way, I like the joke. I'm being honest here. I have never, ever heard the meet you at the corner. What was it? What did one wall say to the other? I'll meet you at the corner. I have never heard that. That is 100% honesty. That was a good one. You can call. I'll be here for a while. 860-361-9985. 860-361-9985. It's not urgent. I just need to get in touch with your local sponsor, your Litchfield sponsor, and I wasn't sure how to reach her. So I didn't know if you could get in touch with her. I just needed to reach, again, your local sponsor. That's all, your Litchfield area sponsor. So give me a call back anytime. Again, I'll be here until 9 or thereabouts tonight. Again, 860-361-9985. And actually, if you don't even have to call me back if you don't want to. If you're tied up, you can just tell your sponsor to get in touch with me directly if you want to cut out the middleman. But it's up to you. It was
Message saved. Next message.
Hi, Glendora, it's Sandy. We're heading over to the 4th of July thing, and we could pick up now, or we could come a little closer to the luncheon part. Whatever you please, give me the call on my cell phone. Thanks.
Hometown USA picnic, that was really
End
nice.
of message. To erase this message, press 7. To send a reply message, press 8. To save it, press... Message erased. Next message. End of message. To erase this message, press 7. To send a reply message, press 8. To save it, press... To listen to your messages, press 1. To send a message, press 2. To change your personal options, press 4. To disconnect, press star. To listen to your messages, press 1.
Wait a second, folks. You just can't see the screen. You just can't see the numbers.
No, this is Barb. Okay. Checking to see how you're doing. Love you. Bye-bye.
What's her, she died on August 2nd.
Message. To erase
It's almost
this
a
message,
year
press
ago.
7. To send a reply message, press 8. To save it, press 9. To hear more options, press 0. To erase this message, press 7.
No, this is Barb. Okay. Checking to see how you're doing. Love you. Bye-bye.
best TV show in the nation. Keep it up. I mean, it's spectacular. Glendora, you're the best.
End of message. To erase this message, press 7. To send a reply message, press... To replay this message, press 4. To get...
Without a doubt, the best TV show in the nation. Keep it up. I mean, it's spectacular. Glendora, you're the best.
End of message. To erase this message, press 7. Message saved. Next message.
Hi, this is Doug, calling you back. I'm sorry I missed your call. I apologize. By the way, I left the joke. I'm being honest here. I have never, ever heard the meet you at the corner. What was it? What did one wall say to the other? I'll meet you at the corner. I have never heard that. That is 100% honesty. That was a good one. You can call. I'll be here for a while. 860-361-9985. 860-361-9985. It's not urgent. I just need to get in touch with your local sponsor, your Litchfield sponsor, and I wasn't sure how to reach her. So I didn't know if you could get in touch with her. I just needed to reach again your local sponsor. That's all, your Litchfield area sponsor. So give me a call back anytime. Again, I'll be here until 9 or thereabouts tonight. Again, 860-361-9985. Actually, if you don't even have to call me back if you don't want to. If you're tied up, you can just tell your sponsor to get in touch with me directly if you want to cut out the middleman. But it's up to you. It was always nice to hear from you. Thank you for the message, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Message erased. End of messages. To listen to your message...
Folks, why did the prince ask his daddy to go to school with him, to go to kindergarten with him? Because the teacher said, bring a ruler to school. Epson copy machine, I want you to know that I respect you. I thank the people who listened how to make you, manufacture you, and bring you to us in the market. I want you to know how much I appreciate you, how beautiful your copies are, and your color copies are perfect. I am amazed. Amen. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? Vegetarian hamburger. Fry Pat, the best vegetarian hamburger there is. What is in the oven for .com? Salami. All grain. Well, folks, this is July. How we rejoice. This is summer, folks. How we rejoice. And things are happening so fast and with so much interest that I can't wait until Glendora Soul to Soul on Sunday morning to tell you everything, because so many interesting things are piling up. What is on your mind? Did you hear about the priest who is so religious that even his contact lenses are stained glass? Now Sunday, you remember we did Glendora Soul to Soul? Let's see if we can find a record of what happened after that. What day was Sunday? What date? What date is today? The 7th. 7/7/17. So Sunday was July 2nd. And we did Facebook and Facebook too. And we sang a hymn on Facebook. Then we went up to the porch and sat on the porch and watched the world go by and listened to the little birdie and feed the little birdie who lives on the porch and communed and meditated and felt the one-to-oneness. Then we came in and laid the foundation for the day, even though it was quite late, like 10 o'clock. Thank you. Are you saying somebody is watching Facebook and left a comment? I think so. You're not saying you're charged. You said that earlier. I erased Facebook. It said uninstall, and I thought the phone was talking about something else, and I said yes, uninstall, and now Facebook is gone. Is that serious? What happens next? You have to download it again? Do you lose all the information that was on it? When Jeff comes home from work, he's at Tech 1, trying to be Tech 2. Maybe he can resolve it for us. What do you mean, lay the foundation of the day? Well, up, in the bathroom, in the ablutions, and dress, and tidy the house, and clear the desk, and wash the desk, and wash the dishes, and feed.com. You have to finger feed.com. You have to take everything. She likes it if you grind it all up in your fingers, and put yeast on it. And then take out the recycle, and then take care of .com's litter pan, because she's very fastidious about her litter pan. and put away all of the Pittsfield things that I took to Pittsfield the day before, July 1st. All of the SHEILATEACHESSSSSHEILADVD books. And the SHEILATEACHESSSSSHEILADVD books were in shameful disarray. So it took 3 hours to put them all in order. From Channel 74, Pittsfield, Massachusetts, to Channel 9, Manchester, New Hampshire, to Channel 4, Boston, sponsored by Milton Bradley, and to Channel 6, WRGB of General Electric. But they are in order. Many photographs and many newspaper clippings and many TV guides. And now, made candy. I think I'm getting close to a success of a vanilla caramel. Do you know how to make a vanilla caramel? Well, okay. What it was, a tiny bit of olive oil into the pot, a cup of white sugar, a half a cup of brown sugar, and a dab of salt, and a little bit of water. I made a mistake, too much water. And let it boil. How long? I don't know. I guess until it forms a ball in a cup of cold water. But I didn't get the consistency. However, the flavor is there. We've got the flavor. So in a few minutes when I make it, I'm going to not use as much water and let it boil longer. And I didn't know what it was. It was a syrup, is what it was. It was supposed to be a caramel, or it was supposed to be hard candy. Okie dokie. I emptied a box full of Lucids, the alumni magazine of American International College with Glendora and Public Access TV on the cover. Well, I distributed them. I gave them all away. And that is good. That's good for American International College, and it's good for Public Access TV. So I had an empty box, and a very deep box. And I was betting to myself that .com would get into that box. She was in her rocking chair at the time. She looked over her shoulder and saw it on the desk. And so far, I'm winning my bet. She gets out of her rocking chair and onto the desk. Then she goes over to the corner of the boxes and scrapes this side of her chin and this side of her face. And then she looks into the box like a kangaroo. She's sitting up like a kangaroo looking into the box. And the next thing you know, it's a sure bet. I used to do that on television. Will the kitty cat get into the bag? Suspense. Yeah, the kitty cat got into the bag. That was Sailor Tomcat. Talked to my friend Sandy Blakeman, and we shared our appreciation of the English mystic, the British mystic of the 1900s, William Blake. To see the world in a grain of sand. To see the world in a grain of sand. And happy new half year. July 1st is new half year. Did you make your resolutions? Yes, I did. Did you? Eat saintly. Write legibly. Be refined. Keep the hands away from the face unless you're in the bathroom. That's where only time you put your hands to your face. If you get angry, don't say anything. Don't say anything if you get angry. Exercise the body every day. Drink 5 glasses of water every day. So let's see on this half year if we can get a perfect score on that. Now we look at July 3rd, Monday. And we start the new week, and it's the first week of July and the first week of the half year. The period has closed. All of the video has been done for May, June, to be posted in July, to be cablecast on 65 TV stations in August and September. The new cycle starts. Video in July and August to be posted in September, to be cablecast in October and November. We did the first week 4 TV shows to each of 6 TV stations. They are quads. And each TV station gets 4 a week, not 1 a week, 4. 4 half hours a week. And those TV stations are you Yonkers, you Wappingers, you Riverhead, you Binghampton, you Kinderhook, and you Chatham. And then we made the second week. And then we made the first archive of this cycle. 4 shows, 2 hours long, and uploaded it to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the joke. And then we uploaded the second week, the second archive of 4 shows, 2 hours each. And that finished the Pittsfield footage. And that went on to Facebook, Twitter, Facebook. I don't know about these Facebooks. One is Glendora Public Figure and one is Glendora Friends. But I don't know. I think I've erased it. What number programs were those? 11,583 to 11,590. In how many years? 45 years. On how many TV stations? 65, and I guess 66 is going to be Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Monday, a whitewash and a color wash. And feed the birds as every morning and late every afternoon, twice a day. And why did the prince ask his daddy to go to kindergarten with him? The teacher said, bring a ruler to school. We did 21 telephone calls. I have a joke to tell you in just a second. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. There were 3 fires. I thought in New York State you weren't supposed to have a fire outdoors, like in a barrel or anything like that. Or in a rack. Well, the people 2 yards over have had 3 fires the past 2-3 nights. They're beautiful to see. In the night. Even though it's oncoming the 4th of July, no firecrackers. Even though they are now legalized in the state of New York. Here comes July 4th. And that starts the premiums. East Hartford, Chuck Treat, all alone, nobody else in the whole country that I know of does this, requires Glendora to have a release for every person on the show who is in Glendora. So Glendora has to go through the footage, the 24 archives for May and June, and she has to find footage where only Glendora is in it. Well, this is kind of fun to do, and it's usually the Glendora Soul to Soul pieces. Well, we did that. We selected 4 half hours. And we made dubs for Robert Jackson, who takes those 4 half hours and by file transfer protocol, computer sends them to 14 TV stations. And we make a special copy for New Haven, because it got left out, although I think we're going to give Los Alamos to New Haven, because these are premium shows, these are the best of the crop. And so we sent those to, we took out Los Alamos and gave them to New Haven, and then we made 4 of the premium for New Haven. Then we make a spare. And it seems we made them for a couple of other TV stations. So that ends the cycle that started in May and will end by being cablecast in September. Is that correct? No, October. That only took 8 hours. The day before only took 10 hours. And then Sandy came and took me to the Hometown Picnic USA. This is a great thing put on by Interfaith Group. Interfaith Group is all of the religions together, and the people from the different religions meet on the 4th Thursday of every month, and we planned this 4th of July celebration. Started it 3 years ago, and it turned out to be a winner. About 50, 60 people come. It's potluck. And in the morning they had a band, and people enjoyed their music, and then they had dancing, barn dancing, or whatever you call it. And then at noon they put the food out on the table, and everybody eats. I wish it were vegan. And then at 1 o'clock they read the Declaration of Independence. About 10 readers read about, 2-3 paragraphs. Straight down through all of the signers of the Declaration of Independence and all of their names, including John Hancock, Massachusetts. It certainly is a well-written document. It's well articulated, and it is so true that all of those things that King George III was doing should never have been done. So it's rather uplifting. I didn't care for the food, but I did care for the company. Kurt Vincent showed me a video of his cat, Tuxedo, the cat who was living on its own out in the parking lot at the Reformed Church. And we caught the cat. We brought it here to get it used to people, myself and 2 other cats. I think her mother. And the cat stayed here for a month and nobody bothered the cat, and the cat was free to roam. The cat got used to a house and liked it. And then we took the cat to Kurt. And an indoor cat. Once a cat goes in the house, the cat doesn't go out. And that's best. That way the cat doesn't get injured, that way the cat doesn't injure anybody. So I was glad to see Tuxedo, and whenever I think of anything bad that I've done or anything bad that anybody else has done, I think of Tuxedo Cat, and what a great glory that was. Or I think about the miracle of the apple tree. How a seed into the ground becomes a tree. The tree has a blossom. The blossom has a tiny bulb on it. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and pretty soon it's a red and green apple. And it has brothers and sisters all over that tree. And it falls to the ground and it's eaten. And more seeds go more places to start more trees. The miracle of the apple seed. What happened after that? And Maxine visited with me. The conversation was pedestrian. Nothing interesting or inspiring. And I'll have to correct that. We both will have to correct that. And talk about something worthwhile instead of empty talk. And then I went and finished the premiums. Finished the 4th week dub, making 4 copies for 6 TV stations and then wrapping them. They are ready to post the 3rd week of July, and the new cycle has started. That ends in November. What happened on, that was July 4th. What happened on July 5th, Wednesday? Excellent. Made something like 17 telephone calls. Did all of the Monday calls. Did all of the Tuesday calls. I was only behind Wednesday. And we went to the bank. Thank you, Franklin, for sending all of the money down from heaven. And we put it in the bank. And we thank Tracy Pratt and Liz, the trainee. And we videoed their flowers. Around the bank. Oh, and the lilies have started. Isn't this early for the lilies, the 1st week of July? But they are out. Those orange tiger lilies, they are out. Oh, and there's a glory to think about too, instead of thinking about something bad. And then after the bank, Sandy very often likes to go for a ride through the country and get lost. But I knew all the roads, and so we went from Kinderhook to Ghent, 9 miles through beautiful country, 9 miles, to an airport that has a grass runway. The runway is made of grass. Little tiny planes. To Ghent, and then the old Bartlett House, which was a flamboyant hotel for Ghent Railroad Center years back. So many railroads converged in Ghent. Go to Vermont, go to New York, go to Massachusetts. And the Bartlett House just stood there as a relic for years and years and years and decades, but somebody had the ingenuity to open up a restaurant, cafe, and bakery. So Sandy and I went. And I had a very fancy old-fashioned bread made with several grains, toasted, and she had a muffin that was delectable. And the waitress was named Ann, and she came out with a bill, and I said, how much is a bill? And she said, something $5 and something, $6. So I gave her a 10. And I said, now I want you to keep that. No, all of it. The waitress is saying to me, no, all of it? Yes. Because Pat Sarr told me she was a waitress and how much a tip meant to her. And so when I told Pat about it the next day, she said, you made her day. Isn't that nice? And that restaurant, the Bartlett House, is right across from Happy House 2, where I lived in Ghent, from the end of February to Memorial Day, the end of May. The Happy House before this one, Happy House 3. Now we're up to Thursday, folks. Maureen Sullery told me a good joke. She heard it from the Reverend Bruckner, who substituted for the Reverend John Close, who went on vacation, very much needed. A man and a woman were at a wishing well, and she threw in a coin and made a wish. And they walked away, and she said, why don't you make a wish, she said to her husband. And he says, well, maybe I'd better. So they go back to the wishing well. He puts in a coin, he makes a wish, and they walk away. And she says, what did you wish for? He says, I wished for the money to pay for whatever you wished for. I have the feeling that the Reverend Bruckner is definitely a man of God, a man who walks with God. And we went grocery shopping. Well, I'll never do that again. We went to Hannaford's, which is a beautifully appointed store, very highly priced, but a great selection of products, a great variety, and very good, high quality products, good products. And we got there at 10 after 10, and at 10 after 11 we were still shopping. And at 10 after 12, we were still shopping, taking things off the list. There were about 10 or 12 more, and I said, Pat, you have to be home in time to take care of your grandbabies, a little boy and a little girl, twins. So I said, let's check out. Well, we both had a good time eating Lay's potato chips on the way home over magnificently beautiful Route 32 in Columbia County and up Route 203. Then unloaded. Oh, by the way, it cost $155. I asked the checkout clerk, what's the highest amount you ever checked out? 1,000? No, maybe 400. And I told the checkout clerk, this is on top, the potato chips, the fruit. This is on top. This is on top. This is. Then she said to me, what do you mean this is on top? Well, I don't think anything did get crushed. Cherries, cantaloupe, watermelon, corn on the cob, avocado. Tomatoes, of course, are no good. They've lost an entire ability to raise tomatoes correctly as far as supermarkets go. They're no good. They're beautiful, beautiful contour, beautiful red, no flavor, hard, hard, hard as a potato. cucumber, avocado, iceberg lettuce, organic bananas. I paid $10.50 for a bottle of vanilla. I got the regular kind, McCormick's, for about $5. And then I got this other one that was twice as much. Why? It interested me, such an insane price. So I brought it home to see why. And to assess it. I didn't bother with the vegan soap. The corn on the cob was delicious and extremely tired from it all. And finally got myself together and then set myself down to the joy book and made myself think, and that's what you call solar energy, S-O-U-L-A-R, solar energy. And I assigned to myself 5 things. Finished the in-mail of this morning. Feed the birds, which hadn't been done early morning as usual. And look at William Willow Tree. And he looked to me as though he's going to be okay without the stick, that he was going to go straight up. But this morning I found out differently. He was leaning over. So I wound him around the stick again. That's the willow tree, William, Wisconsin willow tree, weeping willow tree that I bought from for $26. So that was the 3rd thing, William Willow. And the 4th thing was to clean up to put away the groceries. Enormous job. And to clean up the kitchen. And then I called Donna Orgies and I said, Donna, will you please come over and put in the yellow ink cartridge in the Epson copying machine? Because it won't run without it. So I called her twice, and at 5 o'clock she came over and she successfully brought it to a conclusion. And then we sat and ate corn on the cob. And she left. So then the next job was to feed the birds in the afternoon. That would be around 6 o'clock. At 6:30, I had been postponing a nap all day long. So at 6:30, I fulfilled the promise and went into a deep sleep. Woke up around 7:30, slept again, woke up, slept again, woke up, slept again, then slept through the night and up at 5. And so this morning is lay the foundations of the day again. Take care of the cat, the bathroom, get dressed, tidy up the house, do God time, bring the joy book up to date, put down the thank yous of yesterday for all the people, all of our friends, you, and all the others, how we got together and the great things that were accomplished yesterday. Make a note of that and realize the joy and the appreciation and the satisfaction and the beauty of it all. And then listen and list. Listen and list. Write down what is to be done in this area today for the whole universe. Then to exercise the body, and then to go upstairs on the porch, check the dumpster to make sure it's not being abused. Check the recycle bins to make sure they're not being abused. Put the out mail, put the mail to go out into the mailbox, and that's something to be so thankful for. That the mail carrier picks up our mail and takes it to the post office for us, and then brings us our mail from the post office to our mailbox. I thank you, U.S. Postal Service. I thank you every day, several times a day. And I thank you, USA. And I thank you, Social Security. And I thank you, Heartbeat. This heart that has been beating for 89 years, non-stop. in these lungs that have been breathing. And I thank you that Barbara and Richard Mooney are so well that they have recovered from that long, long road. Both of them, Richard was within an hour of dying, and Barbara herself did die. But they brought her back. And they go to Senior Citizen Center now. They're about 79 or 80. Well, thank you. And that's something to think about instead of thinking about something bad. It's drizzly today. That's good. That water means so much. The greenery, folks, I'm just thrilled with it. The greenery everywhere, how beautiful and healthy the limbs, the trees are, the leaves. And then put the joke up on Facebook for Wednesday, yesterday. Put the joke up there for today. And then sing the hymn. For the joy of eye and ear, for the mind's and heart's delight, for the mystic harmony, linking sense to sound and sight. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. As I say, you look at that hymn and it covers everything. It covers the whole greatness of our life together, of our universe. Oh, it's so good. And then I think I erased Facebook, took it right off of the screen. It said, uninstall. I thought they were talking about something bad. Dummy. So when Jeff comes home, he's Tech 1, he works at computers all day. See if he can rescue me again. Anything I can do for you or with you. Remember, it's all with us, for us, to us, by us. Very, very important prepositions. With us, by us, for us, to us, of us. Never by myself, with myself, for myself, to myself, of myself. Never. Never self. Never ego. All right. Millions of pulses of love to you and successful conclusions and fulfilling the requirements of staying with the peace and the joy and the happiness and the creativity. Okie dokie. For the joy of human love, brother, sister, parent, child, friends on earth and friends above, every word that's tender and mild, Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise.
Messages, press 1. Send the message.
This is Don. Give me a call when you get a chance. Hope you're all's well. Talk to you later. Bye.
Don Buell, Franklin's nephew,
End of message.
in Fort Worth,
To erase
Texas.
this message, press 7. To send a reply message, press 8. To save it, press 9. To To hear more options, press 0. Message saved. Next message.
Hey, Glenn, first, it's King from Comcast, and don't recognize the phone number because when I call, it calls with this weird 800 number and stuff. But anyway, I'm calling to just follow up and return your call. I got your message the other day.
What's your news?
My weekend, and if you're running, you're trying to get to the bathroom. What are you when you're in the bathroom? European. Alright, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
To send a reply message, press 8. Message erased. End of new messages. First saved voice message.
Without a doubt, the best TV show in the nation. It's spectacular. Glenn, you're the best.
Save this message, press 7. To send a reply message, press 8. To save it, press 9. Message saved. End of messages. To listen to your messages, press 1. To send a message, press 2. To change your personal options, personal option. To turn message waiting indicator on or off.
Hi there, folks. Did you hear about the priest who was so religious that even his contact lenses were stained glass?
If you are satisfied with your greeting, press pound. If you would like, your greeting has been recorded.
Folks, what did you do yesterday that was fun? What did you do yesterday that helped the world? What did you do yesterday that helped all your brothers and sisters in the whole universe? What did you do? Here's an interesting thing. I gave a 9-year-old boy a vegan ice cream bar, chocolate ice cream bar on a stick. And he sat in the rocking chair, and he in his green shoes, and he rocked back and forth, and he enjoyed that so much. And it was vegan. No milk stolen from a baby calf and its mother. What else happened yesterday? Beautiful sunshine, beautiful weather, pleasant and sunny and friendly and caressing, and then a lovely rain wash in the late afternoon. The rain came down and washed the earth and satiated the thirst of the trees and the plants and the grass. Let's see if I can find anything else. July, summer. One to 9 jobs to lay the foundation of the day. The bathroom and wash and dress and wash the desk and clean up the kitchen, wash the dishes. What did you cook? .com for breakfast. Vegetarian bacon, and she ate 2 strips with yeast on it. And God time, that would be the Joy book. And God meditate him in prayer. And listen and listen. Listen and listen. Listen to what you can do for all your brothers and sisters in the universe. What you can do to make the world better. Exercise the body. Put up 2 jokes on Facebook and a hymn. Do you think that's a good idea to put a hymn? I do. I do. For the joy of human love, brother, sister, parent, child. Let me get in key on that. Do, re, mi, fa. For the joy of human love, brother, sister, parent, child, friends on earth and friends above. Every word that's tender and mild, Lord of all, to Thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. Yeah, that's a good idea. Put that on Joyful on Facebook. "30 telephone calls yesterday, and I messed up my cherished Facebook. I thought it was talking about something else, and it said uninstall, and I thought it was talking about something that should be uninstalled, and I said yes, and there went the beautiful Facebook. Well, Heroin Kayla Hope came through and downloaded Facebook, and I got it back, and I didn't lose anything. What a dum-dum. The candy is a big success. Here's what we tried yesterday. The saga of the candy. Here's what we tried yesterday. A little tiny bit of oil in the pot. 1 cup of white sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 4 tablespoons of water, and some salt. And then stir it until you got some kind of something that would mix. What would you call it? And let it cook 10 minutes. Then I made a mistake of taking it off the burner and letting it stand as soon as I put the vanilla in. Not the $10 vanilla, just the $5 vanilla. Well, that was a mistake. It congealed instantly and was very hard, but was it ever tasty? And it is a consistency you can deal with. So how will we try it today? We could try all those things today and have the pan, the pie plate that you put it in to serve it. We could have all those things done, and then when we take it off the stove and put the vanilla in, don't let it stand. Don't let it cool. If you can, pour it into the pie plate. So it is a big success. Is it fudge? Not exactly. Well, what is it? I don't know. It's not syrup, and it's not a caramel, and it isn't like a saltwater kiss. Reported on the TV show yesterday the great things that had happened on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week. And we're doing Thursday today, and it is Friday. I told you 31 telephone calls. I really can't see anymore to dial. So a friend will come in someday and then puts the new numbers on voice dial. And thank you, voice dial. I am so grateful to you. The temperature was 81 degrees before it rained. And then this was a joy. I can't get to a whole bunch of things that should be done every day. And one of those is to look at last year's calendar and be thankful and grateful and enjoy and share what happened last year at this time. It's very, very valuable. So finally I got down to it last night after the rainstorm, and it took 2 hours, and I reviewed the last week or two of June and the first week or two of July 2016. One was Eric's access. He completely lost possession of himself. He goes over and he parks Butch's truck in our yard, and he's going to leave it there. That's okay to him to walk into somebody's yard and park a truck and leave it there. Take a parking space. That's okay to him. And half an hour later, I went over to take care of something in the 1980 Lincoln, which we rented that garage from, really from Sabrina, not Eric. And he was talking to me about some bad neighbors that had moved in. I think this is a pretty bad neighbor. And I said, why is Butch's truck in our garage? And he went ballistic. Oh, well, why not? It isn't doing any harm. And he went on and defended and screamed and hollered about that. And got angry at me. And then he knew, of course, he'd done wrong. He knew from the beginning he'd done wrong, but he went and did it anyway. That's the bad thing, not listening to your conscience. And so he went over and got the truck and he brought it back to his yard, right over there. And this is all I said. I said, why is Butch's truck parked in our garage? And then when he said, well, tell me why it was doing any harm, I said, and I shouldn't have said. I said, well, for one thing, it's trespassing. Oh, the sky wasn't high enough for him. He hit that. And he berated me, and then he and Butch, when Butch got home, apparently he told Butch. And then they went after me for feeding the birds and told them. So that's the only thing they could pick apart, so it was feeding the birds. And then later, the next day, I found out that the glass in the bird table up in the trolley lane, up in the trolley line, the old trolley line, the old bed for the trolley line, that they had smashed the glass of that table that I used to feed the birds on information and belief. But it's pretty circumstantial. So that happened a year ago. I think we have outgrown that. I think we've got over that. I think we're back to being sociable. Another big thing that happened is I put gasoline into the butterfly of the carburetor to start the 1980 Lincoln. Some of the gasoline spilled into the breather, and then when I did try to start it, the gasoline caught on fire. Well, I watched it from the windshield inside the car, and then I got out and I watched it from the outside, and I watched my car burn for about 15 minutes. Wondering if my dear 1980 Lincoln Continental Mark VI was ever going to run again. And then Christopher Carroll came over with fire extinguisher and put out the fire. And he called the fire department. So the police came and the ambulance came. One fireman had this great big long-handled pair of, what do you call those things that cut wire? And he was going to cut the wire coming from the, that little thing that goes, the wire goes from into the battery, and he was going to cut that because there might be activity down underneath. And I said, no, just disconnect the negative terminal. Well, anyway, I asked Don to see if he could make the 1980 run again, and we spent $100 on parts, and he never did. But I think I gave him $50 for trying. It was too much for him. But Eddie Weisberg, he came over with his tow truck, and he took the 1980 over to his shop on Maple Hill in Castleton, and he got it running. Oh, he got it running so beautifully. And then he wouldn't come back to winterize it. I couldn't get him to come back. Couldn't get him on the phone. Didn't return call, didn't answer the phone. But Gregory Washburn got the 1980 Lincoln to run, and run beautifully, and at the first crank. After you put in 2 or 3 drops into the butterfly of the carburetor. And then Bill came over. This was also a year ago. Bill came over, and I paid Bill $85 to start up the 1993 Lincoln and take it out of the garage where we washed it and cleaned it all up, Chapin and I, and then we put it back into the garage and covered it all up with 2 Budge car covers. So those were some of the things that happened. I made a big long list for you. We finished the museum. The museum was pristine. The museum was 100%. That was sometime in this month, the last 2 weeks of June. And it was a year ago, folks, that we started putting a joke every day on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. It was a year ago that we started that. A year ago, Carrie McLean was working, earning $10 an hour, helping read the Gmail, read Facebook, read Twitter, read YouTube, and teaching me how to put a joke every day up on Facebook. I believe that's it. I believe that's it. If you're going to have an argument with the boss, yes, it is best for you to see both sides. His side and the outside. And why should IBM and Goodyear Rubber merge so they can manufacture a computer that will make snap decisions? I believe that is Glendora soul to soul, show and tell or share with one another for Friday, July 8, 2017, Anno Domini, the year of our Lord. And now, let's do the dailies. Then we'll try to do the telephoning, and then if there's any, all the mail is, all the correspondence is up to date. We'll see what comes in today. Usually it's 3 a day, and it's usually people wanting money, and usually for animals. You think these people are legitimate? It's great that so many people want to help animals, but can't they consolidate and cut down some of this duplication that costs so much money? And then do the Glendora Vegetarian Club, set it up, review it, see what can be done to improve it. Almost anything. And then start the end of the month. Listing in columns the money that was spent for groceries, $158 in 2 hours. The money that was spent on postage, the money that was spent on a chat with Glendora, on DVDs, and then go through the think folder, things to think about that haven't been decided. You've asked the universe, you've asked all of us, what should we do about such and such? Usually the answer comes the next morning, and sometimes it doesn't come for weeks or months. So see if any answers have come in. And then, the computer phone, the smartphone, the Android, the LG. I'll be an hour and a half going through all that mail, because I haven't done it for a month. And then read to you the information that has come in on animals, the 60 years that Friends of Animals is celebrating, standing up for animals' rights. Animals have rights, and we stand up for them. And we proselytize for them. And then after that, exercise of body is done for the day. Then the Glendora Public Access Television Network, BronxNet. You see all this, folks? BronxNet, there's nothing so simple you can't make it difficult. All these forms have to be signed by Bronx residents. And I've asked Leon Taylor to do it, but typical of Leon Taylor, he doesn't return his telephone calls. He's of that irresponsible generation that doesn't think you have to return telephone calls. Well, you do have to return telephone calls. Ask your mother, ask your father. Didn't they teach you that? But I have another prospect, a Seventh-day Adventist. His mother lives in the Bronx. And he visits her when he lives up here, but he commutes Monday and Saturday. He goes down on Monday, comes home on Friday. And his mother lives in the Bronx, and he stays in the Bronx with her, so that will be a good prospect. And then we have to Litchfield, get Maureen Shepard to go to the TV station to see Doug and Robert Joyce and sign the papers for 3 months. Totally unnecessary, no statutory authority, just a stupid thing that lawyers said and so they could earn their money. Really not earn it, but claim they earn it. And then we have to call up Hartford to see if Damara got the program, what time she got for it to run. It's too late to call Staten to find out what time a chat with Glendora should be playing. Pittsfield, make a show for Pittsfield with Debbie Holden's introduction on it. That's all. I'm going to get ready for bed around 8:30. Feed the animals again. That's it. What do you have to do today? I want to know. I listen. I listen to what you tell me to do, and I would listen to what you have been told to do. And remember the priest who was so religious that even his contact lenses were stained glass. Here it is, folks. A vegetarian bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich with vegan maize. Lay's potato chips on home-baked bread. Now I think we'll change in August, the last Wednesday of August, Glendora Vegetarian Club, we were going to have vegetarian ham, cabbage, and real mashed potatoes. Real mashed potatoes. But let's go with the season. That's when the tomatoes will be out. And let's have bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich, vegetarian bacon. Someday we'll have vegan bacon. Maybe somewhere in this world there is good vegan bacon. But at least we've got vegetarian bacon, and it's called Morningstar Farms Breakfast Strips. The vegetarian bacon is made from grain. I don't think it's made from soy. But would you like with it a glass of chocolate soy milk? Here are people who give their lives to others. The American Vegan Society, helping people convert to vegan eating. And you go over here to the back cover, and here's somebody you know, Flop. And here is a story about the Glendora Vegetarian Club. And here is a kitty cat who likes to walk right in front of the camera. She's just had her vegan kibble, and now she wants water. She won't drink out of a bowl. She has to drink out of a cup. So where were we? The Glendora Vegetarian Club in the American Vegan Society magazine. For summer. Now folks, I will ask Freya to read this to you over the telephone. She's in New Jersey. That's in the 1980 Lincoln Continental Mark 6, I think.
Victoria. It's Friday the 7th, and I'm at work for another, I guess about an hour. I have to go home and nurse the baby. So give me a call back. Sorry, it's been a while. I just got back to work, and my grandmom died kind of suddenly back in May, so things have been kind of chaotic on and off since then. But give me a call back. I hope you're doing well. Take care. Bye-bye. I'm hoping to get to the store today, Price Chopper, but I have to go and have a tire looked at right now. So let me back on my schedule if there's something I can pick up for you at the store. Okay? Bye.
Well, it was nice. Who was it?
Message. To erase this message, press reply. Press 4. To get envelope information about this message, press 5. To send a copy to someone else, put your remark, press 6. To cancel message, step.
Well, let me back on my schedule if there's something I can pick up for you at the store. Okay? Bye-bye.
End of message. To erase message, press 7. To send fly message, press 8. Save. Message erased. Next message.
Glendora, it's Sue again. I'm just going to leave for the store now. If there's anything you want me to get at Price Chopper, call me on my... Okay? Bye-bye.
You are currently listening to a message. To skip to the next message, erase this message and skip to the next message, press 7. To save the message in order to listen to it later, press 9. To cancel listening to your messages, press star. You are currently listening to a message. To skip to the next message, press pound. To get envelope information about this message, press 5. To erase this message and skip to the next message, press 7. To save the message in order to listen to it later, cancel listen to your message, star. To control position during playback, use the top row. You are currently listening to a message. To skip to the next message, press pound. To get on, press 5. To erase this message and skip to the next message, press 7. Save the message in order to listen to it later, press 9. To cancel listening to your messages, press star. To control position during playback, use the top row key. In 8 seconds, press 1 to the start of the message. Press, you are currently listening to a message.
I was really sick. Folks, video of the in-calls was a disaster. I apologize to you. I think the signal is that the greenery is so grand out the window that when the telephone is facing southeast, it will not get a signal at all. I have to come outdoors here and point the camera or the telephone northwest, which is toward Albany, the metropolis, and I figure that's where the signal's coming from. We have this problem every summer. We have it in this whole building. What is the solution? Do you think it's my Android LG phone, $200? Do I need a more expensive one, $600, such as Kirk paid for his? Well, the 3 calls were one, Victoria, the documentarian, and I called back the place where she works and left a message hoping she would call me. The second call was extremely generous of Sue Casey, saying she was going to the store and she would help me get something that I needed. The third call was Sue Casey at the store, trying again to see if she could help me. You see how it works. You see how it's others. You see how we're all together. And the phone is somewhere else. Alrighty. Those were the... I've got to find another way to record the in-calls for you. So here's a joke. If you're going to have an argument with a boss, it's really best to see both sides. His side and the outside. And we'll have to... Folks, can you help me figure out a system? How to record these in-calls? And keep the camera on the picture while you get a good recording? Hi there, everybody. I am glad to have you, my friends, meet a very special friend of mine, Sue Casey, St. Pierre. Hi, Sue.
Hi, Glendora.
How are you today?
Wonderful. How are you?
Oh, you're always wonderful, Sue. Would you show them the cover of the magazine?
Sure would.
This is the American Vegan Society, and this is their quarterly magazine. And what's on the back cover, Sue?
The back cover is you, Glendora, featured.
So we thank you for what it does for veganism, and we thank you what the story that Freya Dinshaw wrote does for veganism. Sue, would you read it to us, please?
Sure. 89-year-old Glendora Folsom Buell phones us weekly for an exchange of news. This message she left is typical. Hey Frida, Glendora here. Are we doing anybody any good? Are we doing the world any good? Are we doing the cosmos good? What's the cosmos about? Well, we are all supposed to be one with the cosmos, working together happily, making things better. We're not supposed to be off ego and selfish and thinking that we're better than any other part of the cosmos. No. We're all together, working, having a good time, making it better, keeping it going, and keeping it growing.
So that is, in a nutshell, the message of A Chat with Glendora. Tell me what you think of that message. Do you agree with it? Is that anything like what you think?
Sure. I think we should be doing good every day.
That's what it's all about?
Yeah. Yeah, giving back.
Giving back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. We're given so much.
That's right.
But you individually are not the one who is given so much. It's you and all the friends and all the universe. All together we're being given it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's no special favor to you. It's just to the whole universe we're given so much. Mm-hmm. What's the second paragraph?
Well, it looks it's about a restaurant that you've discovered here in Albany. There's a new vegan restaurant in Albany. They're kind of pricey. A sandwich is $9 to $12.
Oh, wow.
But they make all their own vegan meats and vegan cheeses. We're going to take the Glendora Vegetarian Vegan Club there for its monthly meeting. The name of the restaurant is Bourbon and Wolf's at 227 Lark Street, Albany, New York, 12110.
Right near Washington, huh?
Okay. And their phone number is 518-599-5306. Glendora's been writing an article every week in a little advertiser local paper. That's good. Bringing vegetarianism to people's minds. I took Anita out for lunch. We had a BLT sandwich at our little local diner that's vegan. No, it's not. They use egg whites. Why do they do that? They could use other binders, starch, gum.
Yeah, what are some other binders?
I don't know about
Arrowroot,
Okay.
tapioca root is a binder. And some people use vinegar and baking soda as a binder.
Okay. My people at the Seventh-day Adventist Church tell me Kellogg gave up Worthington Foods. It's with Cedar Lake. Cedar Lake has been very good at having veggie turkey, veggie chicken, veggie salami, and veggie bologna slices. They've been vegan on those slices for a long time. They are tasty. And then you tell your joke. The couple couldn't afford to go to Niagara Falls for the honeymoon, so they went to the car wash instead. Glendora always has a joke ready. A recent opener for her public access TV show, A Chat with Glendora. Folks, what do you call a fake spaghetti? The Great Impasta.
What do you call fake spaghetti, the Great Impasta? It looks to me like she's sitting down with her pen and paper and writing this from watching it on TV, don't you think? Or on the internet.
Yeah. Okay. Her show is about helping others and happiness. She believes you cannot be happy without a right relationship with God, and you cannot have a right relationship with God, the cosmos, unless you are vegan.
What do you think about having happiness is the right relationship with God?
Oh, I agree with that completely.
Yeah.
You know I would.
Well, I'd like to hear you say it.
Other Glendora reads excerpts from American Vegan to her viewers and information from Mercy for Animals, Friends of Animals, Compassion Over Killing, and Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine.
Wow, she knows a lot.
She announces Seventh-day Adventist catered public dinners. She sings hymns, shares her reasons for joy in life, and gives some good advice on living. The Glendora Vegetarian Vegan Club meetings are a regular feature. Little time is given to production. The emphasis is on content. A chat with Glendora.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, that's like quality versus quantity. A chat with Glendora always has a happy ending. Everyone is glad when it's over, quips Glendora. Glendora holds the world record for the longest running public access TV show, 45 years, 11,500 shows and counting, which is carried by 63 stations from Boston to San Diego. She was honored by the Alliance for Community Media on August 21st, 2016.
Almost a year ago.
Yep.
You couldn't go to Boston.
I
Remember,
know.
you wanted to go with
I
us. You had to
did.
go to a birthday party in
Right.
Worcester. You almost
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Graduation party. That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, graduation.
You have a good memory.
If you owe me money.
Glendora became vegetarian in 1962 when, on her way to Buffalo in winter, she saw a freight car carrying pigs in western New York. I want nothing to do with that, she declared.
Open slatted freight car. In western New York, in January, even standing still, it's unbearable. And then to be whisked across western New York at 40 miles an hour. Oh. How can they? And they're so darling, those pigs. All they want to do is be somebody's pet. That's all they want. Okay.
From early in her career, Glendora was anxious to find her place in the great scheme of things. Her search for the divine led her to become a graduate student of physics and then to write several self-help volumes. She became vegan in 2007. Inspired and guided by AVS, she started the Glendora
American Vegan Society.
I wonder what that was.
What, yeah?
I wonder what that stood for.
Oh, okay.
She started the Glendora Vegetarian Vegan Club in 2012. Active at 89, she needs no doctor's care, takes no medicine or supplements.
And neither do you, .com.
That's
You
her
don't have any
13-year-old
veterinarians,
vegan
and
cat.
You don't have, she's in her thunderstorm position. You know, Freya, you did a very good job writing this. You did a very good job, Freya.
Glendora is known for her colorful jackets and glorious hats. Glendora grew up in New England during the Depression.
Oh, boy. Your daddy, like your daddy.
That's right.
Remember how hard your daddy worked for a nickel?
Yep.
When he wrote that biography of himself that you read to me?
Yep. After college, she went to California and became a script girl in the emerging TV industry and was privileged to meet Bob Hope, who encouraged her to get in front of an audience. In 1953, on live TV, she became host of a children's show back east. Her enterprising TV career included educational programming and time at an advertising agency for clients such as New York, New England, Macintosh Apple Institute, New Jersey Peaches, and Worthington Foods.
Good job, Freya.
Glendora married reporter Franklin Buell in 1954.
Hi, Franklin.
She maintains an archive museum of their respective works. Glendora is a graduate of American International College, which featured her as the cover story for its fall 2016 Lucent magazine issue.
That was the front cover, Freya. I like being on the cover, and I'm on the back cover.
Her extensive and fascinating biography can be read at www.aic.edu/stay-connected/lucent-online/.
That's ridiculous.
To find her show, Search for A Chat with Glendora on YouTube.
Well, thank you, Freya.
Good job, Freya.
Yeah. And thank you, Sue.
You're welcome, Glendora. My
Yeah.
pleasure.
Yeah. So, we'll go find something else to do, we hope. That's good for the world. Okay, Sue?
Okay.
All righty.
Bye now.
Excuse me for walking between you, but .com is underfoot. I would say that's a tray full of miracles, wouldn't you? Each one of those is a tree. How well created. Good morning, folks. Sunday morning. It used to be what? Sunday morning communion. But now, it's Glendora Soul to Soul. We changed the name. You know, that's what businesses do. American businesses. They keep a company name until they're caught doing something wrong, and they change the name. And you hear the hymn, God of grace and God of glory, on thy people pour thy power. Crown thine ancient church's story, bring to bud her glorious flower. Grant us courage, grant us wisdom, for the facing of this hour. For the facing of this hour. I need you to grant me courage and grant me wisdom for the facing of this hour. The man said without a doubt, the best TV show in the nation, spectacular, keep it up, Glendora, you're the best. Can we live up to that this morning? Do you like talking to each other, soul to soul? Do you like it? What good does it do the world? How do we help anybody by doing it? I guess it's the best kind of communion there is, isn't it? Do you have anything in your soul to tell us? $971 people, that's almost 1,000, isn't it? Responded to the jokes, a joke each day on Facebook, and a hymn. There must have been 6 or 7 hymns. Do you think it helped anybody? Oh yes. Yes, it helped somebody to smile, and it helped somebody to hear the message of their oneness with a grand universe. And it helps people to hear the message that self is not the way. What? Self, S-E-L-F, is not the way. Selfie is not the way. working and playing and creating and advancing with others is the way. And we come across so many people who know that. And it is the happiness, and it is the joy, and it is the fulfillment. What more can we say? Anything new can we say but that the universe is everything there is? It's the cosmos, it's the universe. It's all of us together. It's all of us in one. We don't separate and take part of it and steal it and give it to ourselves and then say, we're better than the rest of you. No, that doesn't exist. That's a myth. That's a false lead. Isn't it? No. We all work together. Doing what? Keeping the universe going and growing. And I want to mention Bruce Sandlin, a name I haven't heard or thought about for a while. I think he is a Methodist clergyman. I think he's from Canada, but I can't find out anything about him. I think we have a telephone number for him. But he mentioned those rare few, those mystics, those people who felt the oneness with it all, those people who walked with God. And my friend Sandy Blakeman mentioned it too, when she mentioned William Blake, the poetry of William Blake, the mystic, British, in the 1900s. It is a grand wonder. It is a happy feeling. What more can we say about it? God is everything. God is the cosmos. God is the universe. God is one. What is the soul? The soul is the God inside of you. It is continuous with the God inside of the person next to you. We don't take the universe, a piece of it, and go aside and say it's ours. We stay away from all self and all ego. And we work for the good of all. And we don't say a blessing for us. We say blessings for all of us. Whatever is a blessing to all of us. We don't say we're special, we got a blessing. Hot diggity. No. We think of the blessings that all of us have together. And oh yeah, less competition. No competition. The idea is not to be better than anybody else. That's not the idea at all. Sports. That's not the idea at all. That you're better than somebody else or your team is better than anybody else. That's not the idea. It's all the teams working together, doing great things. The blazing, amazing creativity of the universe, God. The amazing, advancing, going forward, getting better and better. We are getting better and better. Things are getting better and better. And what's the word for that? What do you call that when things get better and better? It's called evolution. The old that is not so good is left behind and the new gets better. All right. For the courage of this hour, grant us courage, grant us wisdom, for the facing of this hour, for the facing of this hour. Now, what's next? Those are some notes. I was up until 10:30 last night catching up with Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. There are 83 notifications. Something's got to be done. I just don't get time to do the computer phone every day because there's the greater urgencies of telephoning people and helping out and running a chat with Glendora television show and the Glendora Public Access Television Network, where one station is always falling apart. This week it was Litchfield, Connecticut. Maureen Shepard hasn't gone in and signed her papers for the next 3 months. Robert Levitt has done his in Danbury, Bethel. And then there is the in-mail. The in-mail is usually 3 requests every day to help animals. And they have to be answered and helped as best you can. There just isn't time to do Facebook every day, but we have to do it. I mean, 83 notifications. That's absurd. You cannot ignore that. We got the Bible. Yep. And we've got a really philosophic passage to discuss and remember one another. We try to memorize it. It's 1 Peter 2, the first letter of Peter, by Peter, and the 2nd chapter, and the 9th verse. 1 Peter 2:9. That's not a very good program, is it? Black. But, listen to this, folks. But you are a chosen generation. You are. You are a chosen generation. You are chosen to know the greatness and the goodness and the happiness of God, which is of helping others and giving your best and of keeping the universe going and growing. You are a chosen generation. A royal priesthood. Priesthood is that you do it and you go out and help others do it. A royal priesthood, a holy nation. You are a holy person. You have a holy mission. You have a holy call. In simple trust like theirs who heard beside the Syrian sea, the gracious calling of the Lord. Let us like them without a word rise up and follow thee. That's you. That's you. You are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people. Well, you know what he means, really. Don't get funny. A peculiar people. And that you should show forth the praises of the praises of Him who has called you. You've heard the call. You've heard it. Unmistakably, you've heard it. Rise up and follow without a word. The praises of Him, that you should show forth the praises of Him who have called you out of darkness. You have been called out of darkness. All of us have been called out of darkness. What is darkness? Selfishness, ego, evil. Stay away from those. Stay away from all of that. Stay away from self. Stay away from ego. That you have been called out of darkness into His marvelous light. And that's a great passage. What is it now? Whose letter is it? Peter. Which of his letters? The first one. What chapter is it? 2. What verse is it? 9. You are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a special person, that you should show forth the praises of Him who called you out of darkness into light. Good going, Peter. Good going, Peter. Thank you very much, Bible. Powerful, moving, stirring, exhilarating, thrilling. And our hymn today is, I have to get and singing, they sing too low. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. What is the soul? It is the God that is inside of you, and it is continuous with the God that is inside of all us. Is there more to say? I don't think so. Why did the inventor cross a TV set with a microwave oven? So he could watch 60 minutes in a quarter of an hour. And if you're going to have an argument with a boss, it's best to see both sides, his side and the outside. Remember that. Maureen Sellery told me a joke that she heard the Reverend Bruckner tell in church. It would be the St. Mary's Roman Catholic Church in Nassau Village. A man and his wife were standing at a wishing well, and she put in a coin and she made a wish, and they walked away. And she said to her husband, "Don't you think you should make a wish?" And he says, "Well, I suppose I better. They went back to the wishing well, and he put in his coin, and he made his wish, and they were walking away. And she said, "What did you wish for?" And he said, "I wish for the money to pay for what you wished for." Why should IBM and Goodyear Rubber merge? So they can manufacture a computer that makes snap decisions. What do you call a veterinarian who specializes in elephant skin disease? A pachydermatologist. Daddy, what's an example of minority rule? Daddy, having a baby in the house. A man who was a golfer said, "When I make a shot like that, I feel terrible. I feel so bad I could jump in that lake and drown myself." And his partner says, "Not you. You couldn't hold your head down long enough." Seemed like I put some more jokes down for you today. The man knocked on the door of the house, and a little boy came to the door, and the man says, "I'd like to see your mother." And the little boy says, "She ain't in." The man says, "Well, may I see your father?" And the little boy says, "He ain't in neither." And the man, shocked at the boy's lack of good English, said, "Young man, what about your grammar?" And he said, "She ain't in neither." The woman was looking at the contents of the product in the can, and she was saying, "Oh look, it has too many preservatives." And the senior citizen said, "Well, I need all the preservatives I can get." Okie doke. Time to share. Share with me what you did yesterday. Share with me yesterday what you did for the world, what you did for the universe. You got up and you get washed and you get dressed so that you're able to help the world. Then you do your God time, right? You sit down and you make a record of what happened yesterday.